but she calls me out of the blue. Baby cakes? She's always called me that. Baby cakes, I've been feeling you a lot recently, and I feel like you're about to make a mistake with your body. The week I moved away to college, my mom moved to the Canadian backwoods with a man I'd never met. She was exploring and finding herself with a man who self-identified as a cat-whispering wizard. I was a snarky, self-discovering teenager who didn't really believe that cats could talk or that wizards existed. So you can see how tensions emerged. My mom is a special, beautiful, complex woman. Because of her unbridled whimsy, I earnestly believed in leprechauns until middle school. But she is also fierce. She once wrote a letter to the telephone company so scathing when they overcharged us by just a few dollars. They offered a lifetime discount for our continued patronage. But our mutual periods of self-discovery meant that there were some tensions during my teenage years. So we didn't have a lot of those iconic mother-daughter moments, like a sex talk, until 2 days before my 20th birthday. I haven't even told my mom that I'm seeing someone, let alone that I'm planning on losing my virginity to him the next day. But she calls me out of the blue. Baby cakes? She's always called me that. Baby cakes, I've been feeling you a lot recently, and I feel like you're about to make a mistake with your body. Can you imagine? I'm mortified, grossed out. Oh my God, Mom, stop, I say. You don't even know what you're talking about. Dear audience, of course, my mom knew what she was talking about. That boy broke my heart 3 to 5 business days later. And who was there on the other end of the phone when I was sobbing and heartbroken? My mother. She didn't even say, I told you so. 8 years pass. I mature. She leaves the cat whisperer. We get closer. But we never come close to talking about sex again. Until one night. I'm seated in her basement, drinking wine, talking about my insecurities. I have just left a wonderful 4-year relationship with a man who I love dearly. I left him because, while he didn't intend this, I felt forced to choose between him and my career. So I did what so few generations of women before me had the privilege to do. I chose myself. My vision for a not yet materialized life over the security of marriage and motherhood that he offered. But I was terrified. So I say, Mom, I'm scared. What if there's not more for me out there? My mom calmly looks me dead in the eyes and says, baby cakes, the female orgasm is a healing pulse that can save the rainforest. I freeze, stare at her, blink. This is my mother, who just said the word orgasm in response to a serious question that I didn't really think was about sex. So I do the mature, reasonable thing. I act like I don't hear her, and I change the subject. But that one sentence follows me. For the next 2 years, I catch myself wondering what my mom meant. Would this be another piece of motherly wisdom that I would regret not listening to? So I work up the courage, and I call her. After some pleasantries, I say, Mom, do you remember that thing you said about the rainforest? What thing about the rainforest? Oh, you know, that female orgasms can save it? My mom gasps. You're not telling people about this, are you? Of course not. I would never. I don't know how to take the conversation seriously, so I lean into logistics. Are they like invisible sonar waves? Do I need to face the direction of the rainforest? Do I get a specific patch, maybe with a little plaque that says Micaela's Love Jungle? Or is it like equal benefit everywhere? And to be clear, female orgasms? Like men are out on this one. My mom carefully considers these questions and says, men have a part to play. I roll my eyes, but I can hear her smile. Baby, sex is sacred because it can create life, but it's so much more than that. Like when it's with someone who truly loves you, that bond is healing. For me, for the rainforest. How can you heal one if you don't heal the other? We're all connected. The more you heal yourself spiritually, the more you will raise your energetic vibrations, and the more the energetic vibrations of the world raise up with you. Mom, I say, not to brag, but my vibrator is pretty high vibrational. She is tired of my jokes at this point, and she says, baby, forget the rainforest thing. It's not the point. The point is that the right love will heal you, not hold you back. The right love will make you shine, and it will help you bring to bear everything you have to offer the world. That is what I want for you. Emotions catch in my throat. I've known sex to be fun. I've known it to be awkward or mediocre or over way too soon. But I have never known it to be healing. Like our first sex talk, my mom's timing is suspiciously on point. At the time of this conversation, I'm in a relationship where it feels like sex is all I have left. I love him, despite the fact that he clearly doesn't see or understand or maybe even like me all that much. It feels like the only time I have his undivided attention is when I'm naked. I crave this intimacy, and I try to use it to make him love me again. So this relationship, it was killing everything good about me. And my God, it was definitely not saving the rainforest. But at the time, I hadn't told my mom or anyone any of this. I was totally in denial. But it's like she knew. She knew, right? Under that weird eco-feminist metaphor, it's like she knew that I desperately needed to be reminded of what love is supposed to feel like. So I end the conversation with her quickly before she can hear me cry, and I end the relationship slowly, with many tears. In the months that follow, my mom and I get a lot closer, and I start to wonder, does she have a sixth sense for my sex life? God, no, that would be weird, right? I mean, I still don't miss a call from her, just in case. When I was a teenager, I desperately wanted to have a normal mom. The kind that would skip past the rainforest intel, which, by the way, you are welcome to take home with you tonight, and go straight to the pep talk about love. But now I realize that I would have missed out on so much joy and laughter and a totally different way of seeing the world if my mom had been who I expected her to be instead of being exactly who she is. Men may come and go, and they have, but this quirky, mystic mother bear of mine is eternal. I love her, and I'm so very glad she's my mom. Thank you.
away from my mom.